And today we're back with another disaster, and I don't know how you guys do it, but each one ends up being worse than the last one. And today we'll be looking at a Carlist Spain that doesn't look too good. It's already August of 1938, and the Spanish Civil War has not quite gone great for the Carlists. So let's see just how terrible it's gone. So I'm thinking the nationalists are about to lose, so the Spanish Directory under Mola is about to get its ass kicked, and so are we. I don't like these strength bars. I don't like the fact that we don't have any strength. You don't have guns. You don't have manpower. Oh god. Oh god. Also, we have technically already lost. You're 92% towards capitulation and control 21% of victory points, and we will capitulate when we have 15. Looking at this, I don't know how to win this. I don't know how to win this. We do have death before surrender, but that one runs out in February, so I think our surrender limit is gonna get bumped up and we're gonna lose. But we do have crusade against democracy, and we are improving upon it. So this part of the tree is still gonna give us more strength. The hard part is going to be surviving long enough to make use of that strength. So these 9 units are my standard infantry. These are the best template at my disposal. I'm going to concentrate them under one general, and all the other trash, so the units that look like this, gets consolidated under the other general. The trash, as we like to call it, will serve to hold a defensive line. That is all they need to do. Hold the defensive line. And then the good units, well, good, will serve to, well, try some sort of offensive towards Bilbao and maybe Burgos, because I need a couple more victory points, not just for the factories and manpower that they hold, but because if we don't take land soon, we will die when the buff from the Spanish Civil War runs out. This is not going to be enough. It says 21% of the victory points, but I think it's going to change. Okay, I'm also going to replace this guy with Jose Milan Astray. I think this guy is the better choice for offensives, mostly because he has a free officer corps role. I can make this guy an infantry expert, while the other guy is a military theorist. Leveling up Jose Enrique does nothing in the long term for us. Okay, so Jose Milan, you get to be an infantry expert. You will attack, and we will make you an infantry specialist. I could hire him now, but I only have the 50 political power, and I have other priorities. I'm going to improve relations with the Germans and with the Italians. They are now both supporting the Spanish Directory, but they will be more than willing to also send us guns, and I need those guns. You can tell I need a lot of those guns. Research, guns, yeah. Artillery, definitely, but I also need industry to let's make sure we survive long enough so we can get some use out of the industry before we switch over to industry. Before I unpause, I'm going to be very clear. If you find yourself in this position, restart. This is not a run worth saving if you want to continue it for whatever reason, unless you really like suffering. It's August of 1938. You are miles behind the curve now, and it's very unlikely that you will be a true competitive country in the upcoming war. However, I like to suffer, and I think we can still make something happen here, so that is what I will do. I'm going to slow the game down, and I'm going to start extracting units from this very precarious position. We're going to fall back to the river line in the south, because this is something I cannot hold. I could potentially take Salamanca. It's poorly defended, but what would I do there once I get there? No. My offensive will hit the north, where there are some weakened divisions that are technically encircled, and then we'll see. If I can take Bilbao and Burgos, I'll be fine. I am also tempted to take the Valladolid offensive, clear the debuff in the region, but I think the debuff in the region is currently on my side. Unless I start attacking, I don't really need to clear this. So I'll just clear the area around Madrid for later. And we're unpausing. Please, God, please. I want to leave. So I need the Germans and the Italians to like me, so they will send me guns and boats. I can now ask Germany for Lend-Lease. They will send me guns. They will send me support equipment, artillery, not trains, and convoys. Okay. I'm going to do the same to the Italians. No artillery, but they will send me guns, some support equipment. no trains, and convoys. Okay, so that is a couple of, well, some equipment heading my way. I'm also noticed we don't have enough trains, so let's commandeer some civilian trains. We weren't using that stability anyway. Our main strength is going to come from the fact that the Crusade Against Democracy buff is going to ramp up tremendously. If we can get a couple of these in, our units will be so much stronger than the Republican ones, even better than the Soviet units. We just have to live long enough to get there, which makes me wonder just what you did in terms of preparation for this, because the Carlist position is not strong, but it's not terrible either. I mean, you're supposed to be in a much better position than you are right now. I also wonder where all your guns went. Ah, speaking of guns, yeah, this ain't great. I'll keep making guns, but you can tell it's not gonna do much. Construction's not gonna do much either. They're both used for consumer goods. Fantastic. All I can do is sit here and stare at red bubbles until the German guns arrive. I can't even reliably do the cheesy thing and pull units in and out of combat and pull last stands because I don't... the unit strength bars are too low to do it. So the bars are holding, but barely. We also have 50 political power, and I'm instantly going to hire the infantry specialist. Probably going to follow that up with the army regrouping expert, and then a chief of the army, the organization expert. This is my unit that will do the counterattack. It's not great, but I need them to have guns before everyone else does, so the counterattack can actually happen. Because if I don't counterattack, I've technically already lost. All right, raketes have been expanded. Now we need to wait 70 days before I can take the next one of these. I think I'd rather just sit on the political power and get more political power to improve my army. I could get a research slot, but it's not going to save me. Neither is local mining. These can wait. I would much rather get my military staff decked out, maybe go up to extensive conscription, get a little bit more manpower out. That feels more important than getting another research slot, because realistically, what's the research slot going to do for us in the time we have left? Not much. Time for a little bit of desperate defense. These continuous force attacks are hurting me more than I'd like to admit, but I'm getting guns. My deficit has gone down significantly. More German and Italian equipment is headed my way, so it's just a matter of holding on for dear life. Okay, so I just noticed the Italians are sending me 40 guns. Please, Italy, I would like a little bit more than that. Okay, 600 guns. Fine. The main problem I have right now is that the Republicans haven't taken Bilbao. If they take Bilbao, I can easily counterattack, but until they do, I'm kind of stuck here, and it's already November. I could potentially push towards Salamanca, but the river is going to work against me in the same way that it is currently working for me, so I'm going to do the Leon offensive so I can counterattack just in case. Oh, there goes the Spanish directory. Did they just... Oh yeah, they took Barcelona. Okay, this offers opportunity to maybe make a rush on Bilbao. Maybe, if I can get my units there quickly enough. But the problem is that the enemy units are probably going to be in position quickly as well. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. Okay, so we might be able to get into Bilbao if we're fast, but no, they got there first. Oh, opportunity. I can maybe push Bilbao. No, they're reinforcing it faster than I can probably push them. I'm gonna have my units stack up there and see if I can counterattack, but this is terrible terrain. Oh, there's nothing for it but to keep trying. My equipment deficit is almost gone. Started work on the industry, but I just realized I should probably have gotten radio instead. Why don't you have radio in 1938? I don't know. Then either chief of the army for army organization or a army regrouping expert. I think the army regrouping expert's gonna pay for himself more. All right, hitting another counterattack, and this time it seems to have worked. So I've hit the tile. I've got my units into position. Boy, this is gonna be a pain. This is definitely gonna be a pain. They keep hitting me so hard, but I am almost out of my deficit. I'm gonna jack up my deficit because of course I am, and then I'm gonna keep asking for lend-lease. This is how you get guns if you don't have an industry. You create a deficit, you kiss ass wherever you find ass, and keep asking for guns and just rinse and repeat. I'm a little shocked though that we suddenly have so many of our victory points. I think it has something to do with the capitulation or the end of the war with the Spanish directory recalculating victory point distribution. It has to be. Slight offensive here, a slight offensive there, and who knows, we might be able to get something done. All right, defenders of Catholicism. Again, I'm gonna hoard political power so I can spend it on my cabinet, since like these things are not that great for us right now, except no. I want the research slot. I need to get some research in if I'm ever going to be competitive, because it looks like we might just survive. We are going to lose death before surrender, and it's going to reduce our surrender limit. But if this is correct, we are fine in terms of our surrender limit. If the game ends, though, you'll know what went wrong. So I just realized I need to guard my ports. With the end of the Spanish Civil War, at least part of it, whatever ships the Republicans and the Nationalists had will get combined. I think the Republicans just got the Nationalist fleet because we sure as shit didn't. That means they will now no longer cancel each other out, and they will have naval dominance, which means I am going to get naval invaded if I don't watch my back. So I pulled 2 relatively weak units off the line to hold my ports, and I am going to bring my good infantry in as soon as I need to clear up whatever damage they are going to do. And I just finished saying those words, and there we go. I want to make one complaint here, Paradox. I got zero warning of this dangerous naval invasion until they actually hit the coast. Officer Corps, because we do have some army experience, I'm going to spend it. I'm going to get the Professional Officer Corps. Could get Static Warfare. It would help my defense, but defense isn't going to win this. Either I get Flexible Organization for more speed, so I can outmaneuver the enemy, or I go for Smoke and Fire and get the breakthrough. I think speed is more... No, I like Smoke and Fire. Sorry, guys. And I'm also going to get Political Loyalty to get a little bit of stability in. I am about to finish the encirclement of Bilbao. If I can pull that off, I'll be happy. Come on. Just a couple more steps. Yes! Okay. And death before surrender has also worn off. We have not capitulated, so this is correct. The victory points have properly recalculated. So we got super lucky with the Nationalists capitulating like that. We're suddenly fine. Well, I wouldn't call this situation fine. We are outnumbered and outgunned, but we are holding. Just gonna keep asking for guns, and we might just be fine. I'm also going to get my relations with the Germans and the Italians back up. And I'm going to push one more tile. So wait, no, I technically border the French. So I should be able... Why can I not trade with France? There's a border here. We are bordering each other. Or am I seeing that wrong? It looks like we're bordering. I don't think I would have saved if it wasn't for the Nationalists capitulating. That recalculated the whole thing. And as a result, we are still here. While we most certainly should not be. We've also ended the naval invasion. Glorious. That is such a lifesaver. We just gotta keep hammering Bilbao. Eventually, these units will die. Yeah, you can tell they're starting to disappear. Actually, I'm gonna try and take Pamplona as well. Another victory point, another area that we would control, and a border with the French, which will allow for a lot more trade. All right, with Bilbao secured, I'll need to guard that port as well. I hate that. All right, if I could take Burgos, that's another victory point secured. Maybe here I can create a small-ish encirclement if I'm quick about it. Okay. I am wide open though, so this does not feel comfortable, but I am getting somewhere. There it is, another encirclement, and we will be able to deal more damage. I really wish I could keep pushing these encirclements, but I would be getting greedy, and greed is going to get us killed if we're not careful. Second encirclement. Okay, let's see if we can get that done. There's also a supply hub here that I want, so I'm gonna grab that. So, line is stabilizing. This is the big one here. They took Valladolid. Well, it's not that big. It's annoying. It's a lot of tungsten there that I don't want them to have, and the Soviet tanks are just a nightmare to push. As long as I can hold them everywhere else, though, we should... Oh, for God's sake, my line is so thin. I don't have the units for this. Oh, blessed Stalin. He will back both sides of the Spanish Civil War with guns. Thank you, Stalin. I've been able to get certain positions under my control. So I control railways. I control some supply hubs. Most of our network is intact to the north. We're okay. I just need more divisions to cover the front, because that is what's holding us back. Oh, political power. I'm gonna hire the army organization expert, and that would be the military cabinet filled for now. Next step is probably to go to extensive conscription and war economy. Oh, yes. It's just 2 divisions. I know that it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but end of the day, that is 2 divisions I no longer have to fight when I kill them. And the shorter my line gets, the better. Oh, I might just be able to encircle Valladolid if I play my cards right here. And they don't reinforce it quickly enough. I might just be... Oh, yeah, Poland. Yeah, okay, so World War II's kicked off. Just gotta keep asking Italy. Keep asking everybody else for guns. Just look at this. Look at the amount of lend-lease we're getting. This is the only reason we're still here. Oh, we've got Valladolid encircled. Oh, thank God. Now this will put an end to the meat grinder here. I have the momentum now, so I'm going to keep moving. I like winning. Feels good. It feels like the AI is kind of gone crazy, but let's get going. We've taken Barcelona, close this pocket, destroy more of their divisions, and they've just lost. The AI stopped doing anything. I think they realized that they've lost their window of opportunity. Yeah, this is just gonna end now. The meat grinder has started, and there's nothing they can do to stop me. I think we've destroyed most of the Russian divisions as well in small encirclements. They have a few here and there, but overall they've lost. We do have red air, so that's gonna slow us down, but I don't really worry about this too much. This is a relatively short disaster, but it was very, very spicy at the start. I can probably walk towards Sevilla now. They don't have any troops left to really cover this front. Yeah, I take Sevilla. It's probably going to be over. There we go. The Carlists have won in 1940. So the disaster is saved. At this point, you still have a lot of focus tree left to you, so you can go whatever way you want. I would recommend building up your industry, getting rid of this civil war thing. It might not be a bad idea to quickly justify on the Portuguese and take them out with your superior army. Just really quickly knock them out with all of your troops. Just one big offensive. Anyway, there is still something of a game to be made from this, but you are starting from a very, very bad position. The disaster is saved. It had me sweating there at the start. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun. I usually don't have a lot of fun playing Spain, but I did this time, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you enjoy this next video too. See ya. Actually, I changed my mind. Why are we quitting on such a low note? No. Let's keep going for a little bit longer. See just how valuable we can make this Spain. See if we can get something done in this campaign. So let's get going. I'm going to finish off Portugal because I think I deserve myself a little slice of Iberia. I'm going to keep working down the focus tree towards restoring the Iberian Union, and we will also reclaim Gibraltar and then maybe the rest of the empire, but we'll see how the world plays out. Also going to hire a chief of the army and start work towards an air force because we have nothing, virtually nothing. So I'm researching some air stuff so we can at least have some airplanes on our side. Now we're going to quickly take out Portugal. This should be very, very easy. Portugal is still weaker than us. Nobody's going to come to their aid because one, they're non-aligned. We are non-aligned. We're not in a faction, and we have not generated any significant world tension. There we go. Now, of course, we're not going to annex them. That would not allow us to do anything with the focus that we want to do, and we want cores on their stuff. So we are going to puppet Portugal. I am going to satellite all of Portugal's colonies, so I don't have to worry about them myself. While I'm here, I'm also going to take their entire navy. Let's submit demands. I'm going to quickly reorganize my army so my best general commands the most elite troops. I'll convert those troops into something with a little bit more punch to it. I'm going to prepare these guys to take out Gibraltar. The other general I'm going to line up on the Vichy French border because I think I want myself a slice of Vichy France if I can get it. Now, I would very much like to join Reich, but they're not going to allow me in. We have a different ideology and they have no reason to ally us. So the only reason I can take Vichy France with impunity is if I go to war with the allies first, which is a bit expensive, but it's something to work towards. So we have a goal. All right, the succession question. Javier or Alfonso? I really don't know which of these I have to pick. I think Javier. Again, I don't know which one to pick. Anyway, let's go and grab ourselves some Portuguese cores. Our industry is recovering. Not so much the military industry, but we do have some civilian factories at our disposal, and we're going to try and ramp up quickly. How quickly is going to depend on just how well we do moving forward. And we have restored the Iberian Union. They have chosen wisely. Behold, Iberia with many, many more cores. We're working on new airplanes, so I'll start making a couple of those new airplanes in a bit. We are lacking a couple of resources, but all in all, doing just fine. In terms of focuses, we'll now grab Restore the Monarchy and Stamp out the Maquis so I can get myself some cores, and then we work towards the Gibraltar claim so we can get into this war with the UK. That will allow us to join the Axis, and we can gobble up Vichy France as well, maybe get control of their North African holdings. And the monarchy has been restored with Javier with a funny hat. 10% stability, not bad. I don't know what the other guy gives you, but this is all right. All right, stamp out the Maquis means we get a couple of decisions. There we go. That allow us to core our territory. So we're gonna hurry up and start coring the most precious parts of our country. We will need to core all of it, which is gonna take a lot of time and a lot of equipment because this is 70 days. Sorry, we lose manpower, you lose army experience, we lose 2,000 guns. It's just not great, but we will need to get it done. And we have a lot of these decisions to do. While we wait for that, we start pressing the Gibraltar claim, and in 70 days we go to war. We're gonna come in and kick their ass. I'd say we are respectable at this point. All right, we have our claim on Gibraltar, we have our war goal. This is gonna be spicy, but I think it's gonna be worth it. Otherwise we're gonna sit here and do nothing, which is not good either. I'll use my shock troops and then come in with the rest of the infantry behind, and we will take Gibraltar. The navy is ready to potentially do some convoy raiding in the Mediterranean. We will hurt the allies there. I am justifying a war goal on Vichy France. I'm going to try and take North Africa from them, and of course their, well, European holdings. And from then we'll see. Yeah, Gibraltar stood no chance, so that's settled. And if I'm not mistaken, the Germans should be inviting us to join their faction soon. As expected, the allies are going to come in hard and fast with naval landings. On the whole, they shouldn't matter too much. You have defenses in place, you have forces ready to contain them, and we can always postpone our invasion of Vichy France to deal with this mess. Every unit the British land here is a unit that is very likely to simply die. They really don't know when to stop. I'm not going to call my allies because that would pull in my puppets. I don't need my puppets to be a nuisance here. I can probably overrun this on my own. Yeah, Vichy France joined the allies. The downside now is that allied troops might be flooding into Vichy lands, which is part of the reason why I am just rushing for their ports with my motorized, and I really need to hurry up and take most of their African holdings as well, because it can get really annoying if they are allowed to pour troops into Africa or mainland France. We are doing well. We're doing well. We've managed to push up to Toulon. If I can now push them out of Nice, we will have the mainland secured, which is definitely something we need. African front is also being locked down very well. There goes Vichy France. Just a little bit of a mop up here and we're good to go. We've also pretty much destroyed them in North Africa, so I'd say we're doing well. Maybe we'll just help the Germans deal with the Soviets and call it a day. And with that, I think we have North Africa more or less secure. Oh no. No, we don't. The Italians have managed to lose hard, as one would expect. All right. We'll have to keep pushing a little more. I don't expect to get all the way to the Suez, but we'll see what we can do here. Oh dear God, the AIs managed to get an entire army group trapped here. I'm rushing my infantry north to try and bail them out, but the Axis feels so weak this patch. This is not feeling like a particularly strong Spain. I have to admit, I don't feel very strong. My offensive units have been decimated in North Africa because the terrain sucks. I've been successful on the continent mostly, but my navy's taken a massive beating trying to go toe-to-toe with the Royal Navy. I've given up on North Africa, just set up some sort of defensive line here, and I'm gonna wait it out. Hopefully these guys will survive long enough to buy Italy time to recover. I hope I can bail these German units out, because if I can't, that is horrific. Those are losses the AI is not going to be able to recover from. Oh, yes. Okay, we broke through. We may be able to pull these boys back out. That would be amazing if we could. So we have probably somewhat saved the German army here. That'll have to do for now. The rest of this campaign is going to be spent on damage control. It also doesn't help that Germany apparently feels the need, along with Italy, to stack dozens upon dozens of divisions in colonies that are not even involved in the war. This is just absurd. I'm starting a small offensive to the north here to try and knock out Latvia, maybe Estonia afterwards. Lithuania is not involved, which is great. Naval invasions haven't really done too much damage. All in all, things are holding, and I saw an opportunity to the south here to start operations with the motorized. I'm going to try and cut off this section of the Russians. Hopefully that works out. All right, so my little gambit against the Soviets failed. They always manage to pull more units out of their asses. Oh, shockingly, the Germans have managed to push past Kiev while I wasn't looking. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Latvia decided to get involved. Crap. Well, this is just gonna throw the entire front into disarray. Just gotta rush my motorized through here before Soviet divisions arrive. I can overwhelm the Lithuanians, sorry, on their own. I just cannot handle any Soviet reinforcements that might pop up. So I was lucky enough to be able to just overrun Lithuania before it managed to draw in Soviet reinforcements. That's great. Now, time to use the momentum to overwhelm the Baltic states. If we can get them out, that would be great. Oh yeah, the Soviets will not be able to reposition their troops in time, and I can probably overrun the Baltics. That's going to widen the front. I hope that plays to Germany's advantages. If it doesn't, I've just made everything so much worse. And Estonia is knocked out as well. All right, I'm going to focus my assault towards St. Petersburg or Leningrad, and then we'll reposition and see. Oh yeah, good Soviet casualties. They're taking hits now. And Spanish troops are taking Leningrad. Amazing. All right, with that massive breach, I think I'll let the Germans shore this up, and I'll redirect my motorized towards the south where they have a lot of plains to work with. I think that's going to be much better terrain for them to operate in, and the infantry can deal with this area. Oh, now that my motorized units are actually fully equipped, we are going through these Soviet lines like a knife through butter, and encirclements are what is going to win this eventual campaign, if we are to win. So we encircle as much of the Soviet army as we can, destroy them, move on. I think they've already taken massive casualties. If I look here, the Kingdom of Spain hasn't done all that much, but I think we've bailed out the Germans quite well. God, the Germans have lost 5.2 million men to the Soviets. Oh, I love fast units. There's just nothing the AI can do about them. I love these units. I wish I had more. Still lacking a couple of trucks though, but my equipment deficit is getting fixed. Just playing more conservatively has allowed me to not waste as much equipment. Oh, and I can core most of my territory now, so that's great. And I see an opportunity here. Oh yes, once I've taken Rostov, I'm going down and ramming my trucks through the center there. If I can take Rostov, that is. Oh yeah, link up with the German front, and then I'm gonna try and cut off that central salient. This is very juicy looking, but this could also be a very bad idea. All right, motorized, let's see what we're worth here. Gotta push through, and gotta push through hard. Gotta make it to Smolensk. If we can do that. Oh, we're gonna humiliate the Soviets. Are we gonna do it? Is it gonna work? Fuck. It worked. We've just completely severed this entire salient. Oh, now I just gotta close it. Oh, that is a blow the Soviets are not gonna be coming back from, I think. Almost liberated the entire Kola Peninsula. Actually, the offense of the north is going better than the south, but I think we have the Soviets on the back foot from now on. I don't see them coming back from this. I want to see what casualties are looking like now. A 5.3 million, and oh yeah, that is a lot of manpower lost, but they're gonna lose so much more once we close this. Look at them go. They're about to disappear. And they're gone. Second batch going as well. And it's gone. Okay, 5.3 when I last checked. So now we are at 5.7. So a fairly 200,000 in one pocket. Yeah, that is a blow the Russians are going to be reeling from. Yeah, Soviets have lost so many troops. They are even having trouble just covering the front line. There's massive gaps in the front. I can drive wherever I want to now. They're down to what? At most 200 divisions. That's probably not even enough to cover all of their front lines now. Uh-oh. Turkey has just joined the Allies. Well, I have reserves that I pulled back to Spain, so everybody who was on the Kola Peninsula can now rush towards Bulgaria. The motorized I still need for scalpel operations towards the local supply hubs, because as you get further into the wastes of Siberia, supply is such a nightmare that you really need to be careful about where you attack, and I don't want to leave that up to the AI. Well, Turkey is a bit of a pushover. I had expected more from them, but they seem very busy with Iran and not so busy with, you know, the front that probably matters more. Oh god, Italy's actually doing it. They're actually losing. I had to pull all of my trucks out of the Soviet Union, rush them back to Italy to stem the tide. I hope I can still get this done before Mussolini gets overthrown, because that's going to be annoying. On the upside, Turkey has vanished. They've capitulated, so I hope Bulgaria can actually manage the occupation there. I am about ready to end this campaign, though. It's gone on for far too long already. Italy! Oh, Mussolini, you're such an idiot. Can't defend his country worth a damn. Oh, this is turning into quite the disaster for the Allies, though. We've managed to close the pocket. The motorized weren't cutting it. Like, not enough units, fairly weak, so I redirected it to surgical operations in Russia. So they're trying to push through weakened units towards supply hubs so we can keep pushing. But the infantry did manage to get this closed, so this is the template I'm running with, 9+1 with support, and along with air power we are able to, oh yeah, overwhelm the allied divisions, and they are gone. As this campaign is drawing to an end, I just noticed how valuable the fleet has been. I've not really talked about the naval aspect much. I've just been building a couple of submarines, a couple of destroyers to replace my losses, upgraded my 2 battleships with better guns. I put on dual purpose guns, which was expensive, but just look at the value these ships have brought me. I've sunk thousands of convoys, thousands of allied convoys. Oh, how I hate late game Soviets. You just have to drive literally through all of the Soviet Union, getting all of their stupid victory points, and it's such a drag. The war's over. I've won. Stalin just doesn't want to admit it to himself. Oh, that's the end. The Soviet Union has capitulated. I have no idea what I would even want from this, but let's just grab ourselves a couple of puppets and call it a day. I can't even grab puppets. Fine. Oh, and that is how I'm gonna end my campaign. The independent state of the Far East is now our puppet. We stole whatever was left of the Soviet Navy in whatever state of disrepair it is, and we're gonna conclude this run. 1945, December 5th. The Spanish army is not large, but it is competent. We brought the Soviets to their knees. The Axis are, I wouldn't say winning, they're not losing. It's a stalemate with the Allies. I could use this fleet probably to at least invade the UK. The Spanish Navy is powerful, with 2 battleships that are of reasonable quality, actually, considering their age. And of course, the pride of my fleet, 2 1936 carriers. Not the best of the bunch, but the aircraft these boys deliver wreak havoc on the enemy. Anyway, we have turned a rather hectic disaster save that ended a little underwhelmingly into something that was remotely enjoyable. So I enjoyed this bit. I hope you did as well. And if you want to see more like this, let me know in the comments, and I hope you enjoy this next video. See ya.